Boom! Ladies and gentlemen, what an epic way to come in. That music has just got me going. Like, well, I don't know about you guys, but ladies and gentlemen, Rox, I just blew it up because you were meant to come in, weren't you? We'd worked it all out. So how are we gonna do it? Yeah, we're gonna play the video, right? And then you say da, and then you introduce me to and then I'll introduce. Right, okay, no worries. I just blew all that out of the water because I just got so excited by the intro, man. By the intro,
personified. Absolutely epicness personified. Wow, what an intro! This game looks like it is on another level entirely. Myself, I was pretty much awestruck by that, and the music got me going as well. I hope all the viewers in the chat room and those watching were able to see that in real time, no lag or anything like that. But John, thank you again for coming on. This is utterly monumental, very future trending. Where do we start, Rich? Where do we start?
Well, I think what
Roxanne, have you downloaded it, Roxanne?
Oh yeah, we were going to speak to you about that.
I'm in the process of doing that right now. I'm having some issues on Play Store.
She's been having issues, and some people have been having issues with the download. But with John, ladies and gents, we've got Mr. Bart Sibrel. It is right. It's Sibrel, isn't it? Do you know, Bart? I'm really sorry, mate. Do you know how many times I got it wrong? Do you know how many times John said to me, "No, Rich, it's Sibrel. It's Sibrel, not Sibrel." Jesus. I'm like, oh man, I'm sorry. It's this. Yeah. Anyway, it's an absolute honor to meet you, sir.
Oh, good to meet you, Rich and Roxanne.
Rox, you're muted.
If anybody doesn't know Bart Sibrel, he's the guy who chased the Apollo astronauts.
Oh, don't you worry. We've been telling everybody. We've made sure that everybody knows. Everybody knows who's coming on the show, man. I think one of the best things, because it was you that was punched by
Buzz Aldrin.
Buzz Aldrin, wasn't it? So it's like I remember the first that when I saw that it was just like, oh man, I'd love to meet that guy. I'd love to meet the guy that got punched in the face.
I think for a lot of us, it's very much a monumental landmark in very many people's pursuit of truth, in finding out a lot of the things that we've been told and a lot of things that have been reported and not what they seem. And so, yeah, it's an absolute honor to have you on the show. I, for one, as I said, your content has been monumental within my pursuit of truth.
I can't zoom. If I could zoom, it'd be. Sorry.
Big time.
We should let Bart say hello, and John. We should let the two gents actually get a word in. Rox, we really need to work on this. We really need to work on this, guys.
And we probably need to also know how to push
Get
out
in there, yeah. Be a bit more. Say, Jesus, will you shut up? You're supposed to. I thought the show was about us. Carry on. I'm muting myself.
Okay, I'll give a brief summary. I emailed Bart like in 2013 after I realized after I saw his documentary "A Funny Thing Happened on the Way to the Moon," and I realized that along with other evidence that the moon landings were fake. And of course, I'm not talking about other discoveries that came later. But anyway, so I contacted him. I was on his spam list, and he can tell you that story also. And he was about to delete my email, and but he didn't. And he opened it, and he saw that I'm from Israel, and also I'm a fan of his film and his work. And so we started contacting like on Skype, and we chatted, and we started playing chess. And at some point, Bart came up with an idea he had about a game, and we said that we're gonna let's gonna develop this game to something. And it took us years to do that, and but here we are today. Bart, you can tell your side of the story.
Well, John worked at IBM for almost a decade and has been in the IT business. And then so when we met through the film and started playing chess over Skype, I had this idea for a 7x7 board. And I thought, John, maybe you could help me figure out how to make it work. And so we started developing the rules, the board design, and then eventually software, which was done from a team in Ukraine who was about 99% done when the war started. No! But it only took them about 30 days to reorganize, and they were back up and running. So, and now we're just about done with all the platforms. So it'll be cross-platform, Android phone to iPhone to PC to Mac, Steam, and any combination thereof. Don't forget you're on mute there, Rich.
This is what I wanted to know actually, and I was going to ask: is it available for Mac? Will I be able to download it for the iMac? Because I want to put my phone down. I mean, I'll just exchange my phone for my computer, but so screen time and all that. Yeah, all right. I know I should cut that down, but the thing is, I'm further away, and this isn't on Wi-Fi. This is hardwired in now, so I can actually put my phone away from me and not worry about the EMF and all of that. And it'd be nice to actually play it on the computer, basically. I've got WhatsApp on there. I've got Signal, Telegram, Skype. I want everything now on my iMac so that I can just do it on there. So yeah, it is.
Yeah, it will be available for Mac, also for Windows, and soon for Steam, a platform for games. So for Mac, I guess within a few weeks from now.
Cool.
But yeah. By the way, we have the same house, so it seems.
Yeah, well, do you know what? I was thinking of a witty response to Reverend Hull when he said we have the same interior designer. I was going to say something along the lines of, no, I'll have you know that mine was a unique chalet when I bought it. I was absolutely assured that it was a unique chalet coming out of the manufacturer's flat pack, IKEA.
Well,
yeah. As you can see, it wasn't actually fully formed, and therefore wasn't that funny. So,
maybe you're actually in the same room in alternate dimensions,
different timelines.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So anyway, it was a long journey for Bart and me to invent the game itself before we even started with the software. We started with the software like 2 and something years ago, It took us years to play every once in a while, sometimes weekly, and conceive the rules and understand what's working and what's not working. And so yeah, it was quite a journey. And generally, yeah, go ahead, Roxanne.
No, obviously there's been many steps to get the game to where it is today, John and Bart. Can you take us through some of the stages? Because obviously you would have had people testing the game. I know Rich managed to play the game at very early stages. How have you kind of gone through the process? Because
It wasn't even that early stages, was it? It was actually quite far along in the development when I started playing it, but it was once it got to the beta testing, like when you were able to actually test the software on the phone. But yeah,
Richie, you
how
were
did you
one
manage
of them.
that?
Definitely, you were one of them, and you gave us nice feedback. And but before we started with the software, with the actual software development, there was like I said, there was a whole process of years of design. And then after that, we chose the company in Ukraine. Why Ukraine? Because the development cost there is much less than any country in the West. And they are quite professional.
They've invested quite a lot into the digital world as well. So they have, because they're so invested into the digital world, there's a lot of developers and programmers that come out of the Ukraine, aren't there?
Right, and we are fortunate to have picked a very, very talented team in Ukraine. Currently, and most of them were based in Kiev, and now they are in the West or outside Ukraine. Anyway, yeah, they were very talented, and there was a whole process of software design, graphical design, user interface design that came in milestones one after the other. And during that phase, Bart and I also had different ideas and different thoughts about let's put this icon there, let's name it this way, let's name it this way, and so
the hardest thing. Who was it that came up with the idea of having 3 dice? So 3 dice have 6 different possibilities. That gives you a certain, who was it that came up with that idea?
Art, you can.
Oh, well, I was remembering that originally I didn't even want there to be dice. I mean, I wanted it more like chess. And I think I was in the book of Revelation one day with all the seven seals and 7 this. And I knew that chess was 8 by 8. And I thought, well, why not have a board that's 7 by 7? And to make it cute, 7 pieces each that move 7 spaces every turn. So John and I tried it that way without having dice. And it basically allowed for there to be stalemates without the random element. Then we had 1 dice, and the games were taking a little bit too long because there would be multiple moves back to back where there wasn't really an advantageous move. Mm-hmm. And so I think it was John came up with 3 dice to allow more combinations. So we basically were trying to trim down the game to about 15-20 minutes per game. And by adding more dice, there were more possibilities of rolls to basically prevent stalemated rolls. And so whenever any of the 2 or 3 dice add up to 7, you can choose any of the 3 and you get another turn. So the extra turn allowed the game to go faster as well. And we even got to the point at the very end, we were experimenting with one other little rule change to maybe make the game go faster. I think we played about 8 games with this variation and we couldn't really tell a difference. So we fortunately left it the way that it was. Otherwise it would have been a little bit of a software rewrite But I think it's a fascinating game. It's a little bit more complicated than checkers, but a lot less complicated than chess. And my understanding is most games out there, like the war games, the gobble up games, or the long fantasy games, and that we needed a strategy game would be something that would be unique and needed, that there hasn't really been a new board game in a long time. So I thought that would be our niche.
You're absolutely right. Rich, you're on mute as well, just in case you didn't know. I wanted to chime in at this point because we did show our viewers a little bit of a video that kind of explains the schematics basically of the game. I'm wondering if we could show that for our viewers watching now, or if Rich has something lined up. Maybe you could talk through it as well. Even though it's very informative, I would love a bit of extra explanation if possible.
Right.
Yeah, definitely. Maybe Bart you can share your screen, or
yeah. Let's see. Here's a
Do you know what? That's the better way. If you guys share your screen, you share your screens. You can share what you want to share.
Okay, so right here, let me go back to this full screen and then share my screen. And I think, let's see. So which monitor are you seeing? Are you seeing this one with the mouse here?
We're not seeing anything yet.
Okay.
There's a button over there in the.
Oh, which one? Okay, I got to choose which screen. Okay.
And if you've got audio, make sure you share the audio if you've got audio that you need to share with it.
Turned up. So basically, here's the game being launched. This is a Mac version.
The Mac and Windows versions are identical, just working on different systems.
So you can play a human, or you can play the AI. I'll play the AI. You get 3 boards.
Hey, no. Why don't I log? Did you get my friend request?
Oh, okay.
Because I sent you a friend request.
Yeah, go to profile. It's there.
Okay, let me turn my music down a little bit here.
Right, and we can play each other.
Okay, play.
Go to your profile, Bart.
Okay.
Yeah. 00.
There you go, 007.
Alrighty. I'll click on you here.
So you're gonna play against Richie now? Okay.
Was that what you wanted to?
Yeah. Let's play. Come on, let's play.
Well, you're gonna be beaten, Richie.
Do I have to say play versus human?
You have to.
He's inviting you. He has invited you already. Richie.
Play versus friend. No, not Johnny. Oh right, so because I haven't got an invite. Or is it in my profile?
Go to the main menu. You should be seeing it there.
Oh, there we go. The creator has asked me to play a game with him. I'm getting to play a game with the creator.
Now, Richie knows how to play the game, and that's good.
So you can see it's a 7x7 board with 7 pieces on each team, and they have to move 7 spaces every turn. And you have a 7x7 board, which unique is it has a center square. That's called the Throne of God. The object is to get 4 of your 7 pieces simultaneously on these gates of heaven before your opponent does. If you're knocked off, you go to one of the Sheol squares. So I can get a 3 or a 1. When you have doubles, like 2 1s, you can choose that number or whatever's left over. So the green border indicates I can play either a 3 or a 1. So if I click on this piece here, this is the Archangel. You can tell because it has a halo. I can move a 1 this way and then a 6, so that a total 7.
By the way, Richie, you're playing on one design, and Bart is playing on a different design, and anybody can choose the design.
Yeah,
that is suitable.
I've just got the design that it gave.
I'm not sure about that sound effect. That one sounds new to me.
I think that's just.
Did you add something, John?
No.
That's actually my phone going crazy.
Oh, okay.
I'm not sure why, but So right, crikey, I've got 54 seconds left. Right. So for me, because I'm really not that well versed in the game. So what I do is I press each one to see what choice I've got. to go. So I can go to all of these 7s. It says there's 7. I can go to any of those, and I just press each one to see. And what I want
And
is one of these.
time is running out there on your Rich, so
Yeah,
you got to move a 2 or 4.
I'm just gonna do that.
There you go.
Right, and then when you finish, you have to end turn. You have to remember to end turn, because I've forgotten that. I forgot you have to do that.
Now you see
my
that
time ran out.
These squares are red. You have to basically, in order to capture a gate of heaven, which is the object of the game, you have to do it from a red square. It's not a rule; it just mathematically works out that way. So we color coded them as red. So you could say one of your first objective is to get a piece in each red square in the corner, and it's kind of interesting. There's one for you, one for your opponent, going for the same gate of heaven at the same time.
And this is where tactics come into it, because if you just start taking gates straight away, then like if you get onto a red square and then you take a gate of heaven with that red square, but you've got nothing else, there. Sorry, let me just make this move. Hang on.
Yeah, that's not so advantageous to
And
do.
yeah, it's not advantageous, because especially if your opponent is covering some red squares, because your opponent can, if they can go into the same gate, they can go into your gate and put you into Sheol.
Yeah. By the way, I'm sure that all the viewers that don't know exactly what we're talking about, because it's a bit for anybody new to this game. This game looks like, oh, what's that? And
I got another 7.
So hopefully,
So there we go. Right, I can get right. So this is my archangel, right, and I can put my archangel onto one of these, and you have to, when on each one of these, it's sort of, you only really get, like, there's all 4 gates, but if you're over here, you're better off to be over here to get into one of these gates, and you're better off to be over here to get into one of these gates, kind of thing. That's what I've been finding in my experience. And look at the difference between our scores, man. I'll tell you, but my another 7. Go on. So I'm now I'm getting all the 7s. After I moan about it, after I say, yeah, well, I don't get any bloody 7s, and the AI gets them.
By the way, Bart, you can show the DTR button.
Yeah, if you're wondering whether you're going forward or backward away from a red square, you can click on this button up here, and it'll show you which spaces. These are 1 away from a red square, 3 away from a red square, 2 away from a red square.
So
trying to figure out whether you're going forward or backward.
People will see I can only move 1 square now, so there's not really worth me doing anything.
Yeah, now if you don't have a favorable move, then you can swap your archangel with another piece.
It's with any other piece, isn't it? That's it. Yeah, I was thinking for a second that I could only swap with one that was near me, but no, it's with any other archangel, any other angel. Sorry.
Okay, now an archangel has a few special powers, including the ability to take another piece. So I'm gonna play my 1 here. +6 = 7. I'm going to take your piece.
By the way, Richie, what you see on Bart's computer is a bit more advanced version. It has a few more features.
Yeah.
That you're going to see soon on Android on your phone.
Just for ladies and gents.
But Bart, by the way, you can show the different views that are possible to view the. Just for fun, to view the game from different angles. But basically, to play, you gotta play it like that. Yeah.
So I've just put a link to the download in the chat rooms. There's a link to there's an iOS link and an Android link there. So sorry, is it my go? Crikey. So the way I play this is I just press each one, and this is the quickest way for me to play this. Press each one until I see I'm either getting onto a red square or I'm getting to somewhere that I know. Like over here where I'm moving now, I know that I can get to a red square from there. Quite, like it's just that it's sides. My best side is left on the left hand side or the bottom right. Those are my two where I always get to a red square from there. If that makes any sense to either of you two.
I can say that this game, anybody who likes backgammon will like
Yeah.
this game once that person knows how to play this game.
And I can tell you I like backgammon, so that's probably why I enjoyed this game.
And people who like both games right now prefer this one, but I'm just saying. But anyway, if you like chess, you may not like the randomness in the game because part of the game here is a combination of luck and strategy.
Yeah,
So,
chance. There's an element of chance to it. That's
so like we said before when we started, we didn't think about having any dice in the beginning, but then the game just didn't work. So
yeah, and the chance is the same for both teams. So it's a skill to learn how to take advantage of the chance, right? Because it's the same amount of chance for each person. So you just take that into consideration.
by the way, Roxanne, are you there?
She might have just had to.
I am indeed. So sorry, I've got a little bit of a lag, so I've just had to come off camera. I'm here.
Okay.
Oh God, don't, because you're going to get tangled up in me blooming. You're a little pain in my ass, do you know that? Right, here we go. Come on, son, faster. I don't see. I'm covering, but I don't want to take any gates yet because I want you to take some gates because I want to put you in Sheol.
Well, he's pronouncing it very nicely. You see, Bart, he's saying Sheol.
I am currently downloading it. I'm now on Wi-Fi. I couldn't download it on data, but I can download it on Wi-Fi. So now I'm on Wi-Fi. I'm currently downloading it. I've got a Samsung, so I'm on the Android one.
Right. So just a little disclaimer. I think John told me yesterday because we were going to play yesterday, weren't we? And we had a little bit of a glitch and we couldn't play. John said, "Oh, you do need quite a good Wi-Fi connection to do it."
I'm going to take a K to heaven here with my 3 and a 4, or 4 and a 3. It's right there.
Yes. Currently, there may be issues when players are playing internationally. If you're located in one country and the other player is located in another country, that could be sometimes problematic, especially if you're playing on 4G or 3G networks. So it's always better to have a broadband or Wi-Fi to play this game because it's always online.
Sorry about that. Is it my go? Sorry.
And by the way, these are angels. Like we mentioned that already. So there's one archangel for each player at the beginning. When you get to the 7th heaven, you have 7 archangels against 7 archangels. So this is just the start.
And right, is there? So the difference between the white squares and the black squares. What is the difference between them?
Well, I mean, it's mainly design, but technically, every white square is 2 spaces away from a red square. All the black squares are one space away from a red square, except these four right here. This one, this one, this one, and this one. Now,
Yeah.
so when you capture a person's piece, if one of these is available, you want to put them here because they're 3 away from a red square, the farthest away possible. Okay, so I've got 2 gates of heaven. I could take another one, but I don't have an extra turn. So I could get hit right after. So I think I'll pass. And let's see if I should.
I love the sound effects for it. I love the sound effects for this game.
Thank you.
Yeah, John did a good job picking up the music or picking it out, and it's very dramatic. And I like the hallelujah. You know,
Yeah. Hallelujah.
Hallelujah was Bart's idea. He said when we're capturing the gate of heaven, we need something joyful and powerful.
Well, and to train people that that's the object of the game, because that's
exactly.
Kind of an affirmation there.
Oh, man, I wanted a 7. I'm a bit gutted that I've not been up. I'll still, even though I'm covering, I've got 3 reds covered, but I still can't. I still can't put you into Sheol yet.
By the way,
I can't even get a gate yet.
I'm watching at the comments here that people are. This is not a casino game. No. This is not a casino game. There's
no gambling involved in this at all.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, 2-person competition.
It's a combination of strategy and chance. Okay. So it's like you said, look, Bart, it's like chess. It's like chess, but with dice.
Or backgammon with dice.
Yeah. Backgammon's with dice anyway, isn't it?
By the way, yeah. Okay, Bart took 3 gates of heaven, so he's 1 gate of heaven away.
So now I have to really. I need a bloody you bet another.
Well, he got a 3 or a 4, so if you get a 3 or a 4, you can get a gate of heaven from him.
And he's done it in 5. Like, how long were we playing? Jesus. Well, listen, I'm humble enough to be beaten by the creator, and I would have been quite surprised if I'd beaten you, but I've got to be honest with you. But hopefully we will get to play again. I'll tell you what, man, I hope that because we're friends now, we can play. And I will absolutely play it a lot more if I'm playing another human. Because one of the things I've said to John is, for whatever reason, I think it's because I'm so vocal about dissing AI, artificial intelligence, that the AI in this game is just like, you're a wanker. You ain't never going to win. No. And the only way I've won is by throwing by the AI throwing 3 6s. And so twice I've won, but it's just been kind of by default. And I think I beat John by default, didn't I? Yes, you're on.
You see Roxanne's phone? Great.
So
Wi-Fi is a game changer. I wish I'd known that. Wi-Fi definitely changes everything. So
this is a good point, right? So the game is absolutely free to download. You don't have to buy it. But you can get rid of these bloody annoying adverts if you do, and it's not very expensive, is it?
It's $7 for 1 year. I think it's fair, and hopefully.
But there are there's benefits for it, aren't there? There's benefits for actually signing up to it, and some people. It's only the price of a couple of coffees. Basically, it's the price of a couple of coffees, and then you get no adverts. You can have do you get a board? Do you get a free board? One of the premium boards.
If you want the extra 2 boards that are with the extra design. You can buy both of them for $7.
There we go. And that's not $7 a year. You're not renting the board. So
No,
that's
no,
$7.
that's permanent. That's now if you're logging into the game with your email address and your password, then you always have what you purchased. It
doesn't matter what device you log in on.
Exactly. You can log in on a Mac, on a Android. Doesn't matter.
And
keep your points. Now you don't have to. By the way, there's an option to log into the game anonymously. But then if you lose your device,
you lose. There's no record.
There's no So but there's also an option to log in anonymously if anybody doesn't want to give his email. And
I'd just like to say, like for anybody that if anybody is thinking anything about the price at all, I think €7, $7, whatever is a really fair price, because the thing is, it's the same amount of creativity and design and effort and research and research and development that's gone into this game. That, like, if board games were the thing now, you would have made a board game, wouldn't you? You've made it into a game for the phone because that's the way it's gone. People play chess on the phone, they play cards on the phone, they play shoot 'em ups on the phone, and they play puzzle games and stuff on the phone. It's all on the phone. Nobody wants the board games anymore. So what I'm saying is, it's basically, it's a really, some people that feel funny about paying for software or something, it's like, well, you're just repaying the effort and the ingenuity and the
I can say that we invested quite a lot.
And you've invested money because you've brought on outside developers to help you bring that game to market, and you do need to recover your costs for that. So I just if you've got a spare €7 or £7 or is it €7?
$7.
$7. So is that $7 Israeli dollars or US dollars? US
dollars.
Right. So that's like £5 in English, which is less than the price of a beer, I think. It's not. That is about the price of a large coffee in England, isn't it? From Starbucks, about £5, I think. And so I'm going to shut up. I've been. Bart is the most patient, one of the most patient men.
By the way, Bart has also recently published his book Moon Man, and it is available on Amazon. And,
do we have a link?
It got some very good reviews. Bart, can you provide the links to your?
Yeah, just go to Sibrel.com right there.
Right, I'm going to do that right now.
Buy the book on audio, Kindle, or print.
In that book, Bart tells the story of how he made how he made the funny thing happen on the way to the moon, but plus other things. You can give more details about that. Bart.
There's a link.
My wacky adventures are in there as well.
There's a link, and here is.
And we also culminated with the a deathbed confession of a guy who was there when they filmed Apollo 11 at a military base in 1968. So we have an eyewitness testimony for the first time in the book.
What's this? This Moon Man song. What's
this? That's kind of a music video. I wrote the lyrics. Someone else.
Yeah, you probably know this guy. This guy is known for also Flat Earth songs. But
is it Flat Earth Guru?
No, actually, no. Although he did a good song, one about it. In fact, I show a clip or two of his film in this film. Actually.
Right. I'll tell you what, just because we've just mentioned it and that word has just been used, right? I think this is a perfect time to mention it. But one of the things that John was very keen to make sure that I was aware of is that you're not a globe denier like we are. You're open minded. He said you're very open minded, but you're not a globe denier. Because we've got, we say that the whole story about the globe, the parameters that they've given to it, that then create the laws, like the laws of curvature and stuff. Is what is easy to disprove, and that's what, like me and Roxanne, that's all we're saying, is that the model given to us is not true, because if it was true, I wouldn't be able to see the islands that I can see. But then there's the flat Earth group, the people that are all, there are parameters there. It's got its dimensions, its parameters, and everything. And then there's yourself, and I don't know. I'd love to know what your perception is of where we live, basically.
Well, I think it's irrelevant, the shape of the Earth. I think the issue is government corruption. The
Yes.
Earth could be a triangle for all we care. And the issue is government corruption, not geography. And
yes,
the same thing with taking hold of eternal life. Geography is not a requirement. Only repentance of your sin is. So,
do you know what?
I think it's a side track story.
Yeah.
I have friends, as you know, the guy who produced that song did a beautiful job producing it. He and I disagree on that one point. So what? We
if it's okay,
God, we both know the moon landings are fake. And if his favorite color is red and mine is orange, what difference does it make? You know what I mean?
That's so this is what I'm trying to say to people. This, we have common ground. We all have a common ground. We can all find something that we can all agree on. It's what your answer, that was, I love it, because what I'm trying to say to people is, it doesn't matter. It makes no difference to how you conduct yourself every day, except maybe possibly the difference between knowing that you were created and that there's a bigger purpose to life might make you act a bit better than thinking that you're an accident walking on top of a spinning rock that ultimately crawled out of the, you came from nothing, and there's no meaning to your existence, and you're just a speck on this huge, great big rock that's spinning at thousands of miles an hour and flying through space at millions of miles an hour. Ultimately, when you calculate it up into the universe, I know that we're only doing about 246,000 miles an hour or something, but it doesn't matter. All that matters is how we conduct ourselves, how we treat each other and ourselves. That's all that matters. And how we treat this earth, how we treat where we live, how we respect it, how we care for it. And, I'm going to get off my soapbox now.
Respect each other, love each other. And when the powers that be want to impose on us certain things, we have to, of course, be aware of what they want to achieve and not comply with what they want us to do.
Yeah.
And eventually, this world will wake up, I guess, in its own pace. But I think there's hope for that.
I'm a very firm believer, really. I mean, you can call it fatalistic, but I just think absolutely everything happens as and when it should. It doesn't happen before it should. It happens when it should. And everything that happens only happens because it should happen. And everything that's brought us to where we are now, I can only go by my own experience. My own experience is like, wow, my life seems really crazy and haphazard, and I've gone like in all these different places, all these different directions, and gone down these dark roads and gone down these light roads, and ended up here. And I'm talking to other people that have all ended up here as well. and we're all sort of feeling the same thing. We're all sort of saying the same things. And it's like we all got here when we were supposed to, because if we got here before, it would have been too soon. And I don't think there's any such thing as too late, because I don't think time exists as we think it does. So time doesn't exist to our creator. Time as as everybody's perceiving it, is a concept that's been put there by man. We divided the day up into hours and minutes.
Yeah. And by the
we
way,
only did that for commerce. That was
by
the
the
only
way,
reason
over
that was
time-
done.
Yeah, and over time, back many years ago, Bart was getting a lot of emails, hate emails back then. Today, it's a different situation, Bart, isn't that?
Yeah, I mean, until about, I don't know, 6 years ago, 9 out of 10 emails were, how dare I say the moon landings are fake. And now it's the other way. There has been a paradigm shift. Now the number of people, I mean, I get emails all the time. Thank you for making the movie and waking me up. And people are just seeing a funny thing happened on the way to the moon for the first time, even though it's been out for 20 years. And they're just now realizing.
I mean,
how
that blows
deceptive
me
it is.
away. That blows me away. It's been out for 20 years. So I only came to terms with the fact that the Earth, like with my perception of things, I came to terms with it in 2016. So that was 6 years ago. I went down the rabbit holes in 2013, 3 years prior to that. So 20 years ago, like 9 years previous, for 9 years that was out, and I didn't see it.
Well, I can say, from my perspective, thanks to the hoax of the moon landings, Bart and I met. Otherwise, we would not have met, and we would not have created this game that we showed you today. So we can thank NASA for faking one of the biggest things they faked, and thanks to that, we are here today, and we have this creation that we created, and we are grateful for that.
I think this is the most exciting time to be alive. I feel like we look back in history. I remember, doing history and what Hollywood's told us about history, and we all got our different opinions about history now. But it seemed like all the exciting stuff happened 1,000 years ago, 2,000 years ago, 5,000 years ago, or 400 years ago, or even like. It seemed like, although it's a terrible thing that happened, it's like, wow, that would have been exciting to have lived during the Second World War. A time when the entire Earth was united in this. Everybody was involved. It was a worldwide thing. It was World War II. And I always thought, oh man, what is there now? It's boring. Nothing's happening. Look at what's happening, man. Look at what's going on. Look at what's being unveiled, uncovered.
Look what happened in the last 2 years.
Yeah, God.
Anyway, I hope that everybody, all the viewers, know where to download the game. By the way, if you just go to the App Store, Google Play Store or Apple Store, you can type Game of Seven, and you can find the game with this special logo of the 7 and the wing.
Or you can just follow this link right here, and download. There's a choice for Android or for iOS. So just to let everybody know, Roxanne, her computer's crashed. So yeah, so it's restarted itself. So we're just gonna have to wait. She might not actually. I mean, we've got 10 minutes. We're 50 minutes in. but we don't want to keep you guys. If you've got if it's Bart, if you've got to shoot off, I understand it's morning for you, so you've still got the rest of your day to go. It's only 7 o'clock in the evening here, and I know it's, what is it, 9 o'clock for you, John. So
Yeah, it's 9 p.m. here. Bart, anything that we can say in addition?
No, just check out the links. Be patient. It's a strategy game. It takes a little bit of time to play. But the number one person on the leaderboard is how many years old there, John?
Oh, he's 70
something.
It's 1947, so I don't know.
So yeah, our leader on the leaderboard is in his 70s, and he's getting into the game and learning how to play. He's already on the 7th heaven. We're gonna have to reset him or something.
but right, so this is the thing, right? So all I want to do is play with friends, and if I play with friends, I'm not going to get on the leaderboard, am I? Because I only
that
get
was something
stars,
that
not points.
the Ukrainian guys, apparently people would play on 2 phones and fake their score or something. They would
because if you can create 2 accounts, then play against one another. One account lose, one account win.
I can see that. Yeah, and it doesn't matter to you, because at the end of the day, you get.
But you can play a human at random, and you'll get a score.
So in order to prevent that, we said that you can't have score for playing against a friend. You can have the stars that you accumulate for every time you get a 7, but not score. If you want to get score for playing against a human, then you have to play against a random person.
A random human. And for that,
we'll get a score.
And ladies and gentlemen, for that to take place, we need more people to download the game, right? The more, because playing against another human is a lot more fun. It's always a lot more fun to play against another human. So the more people download the game, the more people there'll be online, and we can have some random. And if it's you lot, they're all downloading it at the moment, because at the moment there's not too many. It's because it's only just it's only just come out, basically. So it's a completely brand new game. So these guys are really going up against some big names, and you don't have a huge budget for advertising. And bless you, you've let me promote the game, but I have less than 5,000 subs, so we need to get it out there, man, and get people downloading it and playing it.
Yep, it's not even really officially out yet until it's out on all platforms. Still got to be on Windows, Mac, and Steam. Right now you can play on Android and iPhone, but eventually, in the next few weeks, it should be available on all platforms, and I guess that'll be the official release at that time.
There's the link again in the chat room, guys. It's a download. It's the download page on the actual Game of 7 website. So that you guys do have a website for the Game of 7,
and right, and just have a bit of patience to learn it. We have an interactive tutorial in the game. So on the main menu, the third option, the tutorial and rules button, go there and try to see the videos and play the interactive tutorial. It's actually guiding you on what to do, how to play, and through that you learn. Because it's a brand new game that has not been out there, the only thing that's needed is to learn it first. Once you learn it, I think you'll like it, like many other board games.
And it really doesn't. It's not going to take that long to learn. And like I said, you can't. It's more the strategy that you'll learn. You don't have to. Because the moves are shown to you when you push when you click on your angel, your available moves are all visible. So it is possible to flick through quickly without having to sit there working it out or go one left and five. It does all that for you. So you can play a quicker game. I just wanted to say quickly, Bart, did you hear about my hour? Because you were saying it was 20. They last about 20 minutes. Did you hear about my hour and a half game with the AI?
Yeah, actually, I did hear about that.
Did you see it? Because I downloaded it. It was 9.9 gigabytes, and I had to compress it twice to be able to send it to John. And the quality, the video quality was really poor on it by the time it got to John.
Yeah. By the way, I posted that game into the Facebook group of the game. We have a community. We have a Facebook group. We have a page and a Facebook group. So anybody who wants to ask questions is invited to that Facebook group, Game of Seven community. We also have a Discord server. So that game, that one hour and a half game is there, posted, and anybody can learn from it and see it.
So
I want to learn how to win in 1 minute. That's what I want to learn.
I just want to win. I just want to win by playing it rather than throwing the opponent throwing a 666.
Oh yeah. That's well, maybe we should tell the viewers. If you roll 3 dice and you get a 666, you automatically lose the game. You lose 77 points, and if the opponent rolls 666, then you win automatically.
And but you only win 55 points, don't you?
No, 77 also.
Oh, you do still win 77. Oh no, right. I'm thinking of what I lose 55 points. That's what I've been losing every time.
Yeah, but that's regular loss. Yeah.
My score has been reset twice now because of problems with the downloads and stuff, and I changed the email because I couldn't remember the password, and I just oh god. So I just opened a new account. So I've had 2 new accounts. So my score would be better if I hadn't changed my accounts twice and had to download it twice to my phone. I'd have a much better score, I'm sure. Listen, gents, thank you very much.
Sure, Rich.
If there's nothing else, well, I mean, I would like to ask. I know that Roxanne definitely would like me to ask, but would you come back and talk to us again sometime?
Sure.
About funny thing happened on the way to the moon and just basically your experience outside of the game. We'll talk to you about your life.
Okay.
Would you be up for that?
Sure. Just send me an email.
Fantastic. I'll get your details off John. And John, you're awesome, buddy. Thank you very much, mate.
Thank you, Richie. Much appreciated.
Roxanne is very, very sorry. Her Wi-Fi's gone down, and she can't get on with 4G. It's not a good enough signal. She can send me WhatsApps, but it's not a good enough signal for her to get on and on the computer with. So we're going to have to finish without Roxanne, unfortunately. But she sends her love to everybody, especially to you two gents, to Bart. I know Bart. She's going to be so gutted, mate. She is so gutted. She's not here to actually say goodbye. But thank you very much for your time, gentlemen. Chat room, thank you very much for your time and your attention. It's always very much appreciated. Please remember that really your perception is the one that counts, and you need discernment. And for that, you need as much knowledge as you can possibly get into your brain skull. So always do your own research and always use your own discernment and make up your own mind about things. Don't let anybody else tell you what to think or how to feel about anything. And on that note,
all right, take care.
Take care, ladies and gents.
Yeah, I'm sure there'll be a download link in the description. People can give it a try.
Yeah, there isn't right now, but there will be within the next 10 minutes. There will be a download. There is a download link in the chat. If you scroll up, I've put it in the chat probably about 6 or 7 times. So make sure you just scroll up and check the chat, and there will be a download link in the description. Actually, I think I might have put it in there. There's definitely, listen, all the links will be in the description. I'll make sure they're done when this is finished.
Well, take care,
Gents,
Rich.
you take care as well. Thank you very much, Bart. John, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Speak
Richard.
to you soon. And and we'll have a game, mate. We'll have a game soon. All right.
Yeah.
Ladies and gents, what we're going to do, we're going to play out with the track. As always, it's going to be our Mr. Red Pill Trill. Where do we go? Because, where do we go from here, man? We go forward. That's where. Thank you very much.
Yeah, this is going to be a bit mad, like the way I've written it and that. Do you know where we go from here? Do you know where we go from here? I got no idea. It just feels like we're going round in circles. Tell me, do you feel the same? And nothing seems to change. I know they say patience is a virtue. I just want to turn the page. Are we living in a cage? This world got me feeling like a germ. What's the aim of the game? How'd I stay in my lane when progression moves slower than the turn? Where we go from here, I got no idea. It just feels like we're going round in circles. Tell me, do you feel the same? And nothing seems to change. I know they say patience is a virtue. I just want to turn the page. Are we living in a cage? This world got me feeling like a germ. What's the aim of the game? How'd I stay in my lane when progression moves slower than the turn? Where'd we go from here? Do you know where we go from here? Do you know? Is the question. I'm just looking for directions. Let's say the blind leads the blind. What's the use of your eyes if everywhere you look there's deception? Designed to warp your perception. The lies get applauded, but the truth gets an awkward reception. Critical thought is a weapon, or that's how it feels when you're caught in possession. Won't be a good slave. Ignore the oppression. Got fire in your soul. They call it aggression. They even want us in the morgue or detention. Form of depression or distorted connections. Turn your daughter into a whore with infections. Got your son thinking drug lords is profession. The ones enforcing the laws never mention. Judges watching child porn with a morbid obsession. Probably snorting raw before the court is in session. Where do we go? Where do we go from here? Do you know where we go from here? Sick of living in a war zone like it's Baghdad. My ex threw everything I owned in a black bag. I broke a phone, she spat in my bowl like I'd have that. I grabbed that by the throat and I spat back. Trying to type a postcode into the sack now, but had nowhere else to go, so I scratched that and just sat there, looking up at the sky with a blank stare. There's no solid foundations, just stand here. Noisy neighbors, racists and shanks here. Limitations, masons and tanks here. Starvation and slaves to the bank here. I feel skanked here. Where we go from here, I got no idea. It just feels like we're going round in circles. Tell me, do you feel the same? And nothing seems to change. I know they say patience is a virtue. I just want to turn the page. Are we living in a cage? This world got me feeling like a germ. What's the aim of the game? How'd I stay in my lane when progression moves slower than the turn? Where we go from here, I got no idea. It just feels like we're going round in circles. Tell me, do you feel the same? And nothing seems to change. I know they say patience is a virtue. I just want to turn the page. Are we living in a cage? This world got me feeling like a germ. What's the aim of the game? How'd I stay in my lane when progression moves slower than the turn? All this going round in circles makes me nauseous. Is this the Matrix? Cause if you're Morpheus, I'll leave now and meet you at the coordinates. I refuse to be subordinate or an ornament. While there's a war on the poor and less fortunate, the black mortality rates are disproportionate. Competing with each other like it was a tournament. While the elite are eating popcorn in the audience. The promises the politician makes are fraudulent. Still we wait for a glorious metamorphosis. Will the underdog ever be victorious? I'm just curious. Where we go from here? Where'd we go from here? I got no idea. Do you know where we go from here? Where we go from here? I got no idea. If you see me at the crossroads, can you help me? Cause I'm feeling kinda lost, bro. They say I must grow. Where it's cold in the Moscow, I kinda feel at home when my ops roll. If you see me at the crossroads, can you help me? Cause I'm feeling kinda lost, bro. They say I must grow. Where it's cold in the Moscow, I kinda feel at home when my ops roll. Do you know where we go from here? I got no idea. I just feel like we're going around in circles. Tell me, do you feel the same? That nothing seems to change. I know they say patience is a virtue. I just wanna turn the page. I've been living in a cage. This world's got me feeling like a German. What's the aim of the game? How to stay in my lane when progression moves slower than a turtle? Where we go from here? I got no idea. I just feel like we're going around in circles. Tell me, do you feel the same? And nothing seems to change. I know they say patience is a virtue. I just wanna turn a page. We're living in a cage. This world got me feeling like a German. What's the aim of the game? How to stay in my lane when progression moves slower than a turtle? Progression moves slower than a turtle. Yeah, man. You know? Just thinking out loud, man. Red pill trill. Where we go from here, man? Can you give me a map or something, man?